Guys, welcome and welcome back to Thela Fashion. On today's video, we'll be making a princess that bustier. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment down below, and let's get right into this tutorial. So first thing I'm measuring out are the reference lines, and that is the bust line, the under bust line, and the waistline. And then after that, I'm going to measure out the nipple to nipple line, and I took 9 inches for that, which is 4.5 inches on fold. In order to start forming the cup, I'm going to take 1 inch to the left and to the right of the nipple to nipple line, making a total of 2 inches. And I'm going to take this at the under bust line and at the waistline. And then I'm going to connect that to the bust line. So for the armhole, I'm just going to draw a reference line down, and I'll be using dotted lines for that because we're going to manipulate this area. So to connect the bust line to the armhole, I'm going to measure 3.5 inches from the shoulder at the armhole, and I'm just going to draw a line connecting the bust line to the armhole from that point. And then after that, I'm going to take 0.5 inches at the top and 0.5 inches at the bottom of that line, and also connect them to the bust line. One important thing that we have to do is extend the side piece by 1 inch so it can match up with the center front piece while you're sewing, because if you don't extend it, you find that it will get short when you're sewing. So the max to it is whatever measurement you take at this point is what you extend it by. So after doing that, I'm just going to complete the rest of the armhole. I'm going to measure 5 inches down and just extend that line so I can go on to measuring or putting down the round measurements. I'm going to take the bust measurements, divide it by 4, and I'm going to add 2 inches seam allowance. And then for the under bust, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to divide it by 4 as well, add my 2 inches seam allowance, but I'm also going to add back the 2 inches that we took at the nipple to nipple line back into the measurement so it doesn't fall short. So you divide it by 4, add the 2 inches you took at the nipple to nipple line, and then you're going to add your normal 2 inches seam allowance, and it's the same thing that you do at the waistline. So after tracing out my back piece from the front piece, I'm going to go ahead and add my zip allowance, and I'm taking 1 inch, but at the waist there I'm going to subtract 0.5 inches just to make sure that the zip laps and is not bulging out. Next, I'm going to measure 4 inches for the dart, and the dart is going to be 6 inches tall and 1 inch wide. Next, I'll be putting down the round measurements, and the same method I use for the front piece I'll use at the back piece. Whatever I take at the dart, I'm going to add it back to the measurement before adding my normal seam allowance. So I went ahead to cut out the pattern on fabric and lining, and this is what I have now. So I'm just going to go ahead and pad the cup. So I'll be using this cup wording, and it is quite thick but it's also very soft. There are different variations to it, but I like to use the soft one. I like the wording to start about 7 inches below the neckline and stop at the underbust. Another material I'll be using to pad the fabric and the lining would be this soft gum stay. It's very soft, it's very transparent and light, and I like it so much. So on this one I'll be cutting pieces for both the lining and the fabric pieces. Onto sewing the pieces together, I'm going to start with just the fabric pieces, and I'm going to join them together side by side. Then after that, I'll join the lining pieces together, and then after that I will join the fabric to the lining pieces together by sewing the neckline. So over here you can see that the side piece has matched with the center front piece. Remember, we added an extra inch to it at the armhole because I told you it would get short if you don't add the extra 1 inch. So you can see here that it matches, it is the exact size now that we added the 1 inch at that armhole area. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead to trim off the excess, do the finishing touches, iron this out, and then go ahead to join the lining piece to the fabric piece, and that is all. Then I go ahead to complete the dress. If you got to this point, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.